you today. Alrighty, how is everybody today? I'm Boo Lawson, this is East Boo Saga. Okay, reading One Piece chapter 1167. You could say, oh shit, just bumped into a guitar. You could say last week was the end of God Valley, or at least the God Valley flashback as we know it. What we finished with was a shocking sort of, well, not that shocking, semi-shocking reveal that King Harald was going to take on a bit of a pull a Bartholomew Kuma, pull a Kuma, and just go like, yo, I'll be a slave for the world government because I have things that I can get from sacrificing myself, and those things are too important to me. Oh, I'm very interested to see what happens. Elbaf has been wonderful so far. So much about how we need One Piece. So many questions that we have about how this thing is going to land. This beautiful story of ours are kind of being teased out by this arc, and I'm loving it. Alright, here we go, cover story. Ida's son is the name of the chapter. I presume that means Hyrule, but... Cover request by Ideal Sanji. A cat is scolded for stealing a book, but Gen and Nojiko aren't mad. Remembering, of course, that Nami used to steal books all the time, and I'm sure, in a way, for these two, this cat is reminding them of their long-lost family member who now sails the Grand Line. Great slice of life shot from one of my favorite periods of One Piece, the East Blue Saga. Alright, let's go, baby. 33 years ago. 5 years after God Valley. Alright, so as far as I'm concerned, the island is being scrubbed from the world by this point, I reckon, right? Like 5 years after the mist, after the big lightning blast signals the beginning of a new chapter. I could have sworn pirates were approaching off the shore. So it's Morgan's taking down things that people are screaming at him, taking down stories. Okay. There was something huge and shadowy emerging from the mist behind them. Oh, man. If that's Morgan's taking notes on the story of the Florian... Like, the thing that just occurred to me is the beasts in the Florian Triangle. If we're going to get that teased out, I'd fucking lose my shit, man. Because I'm pretty sure that's one of the One Piece mysteries that will probably it'll be sealed for a while, if it's ever explained. The underwater prison, Impel Down. Oh, Impel Down. Everything just went kaboom after that. Our ship was in ruins before we knew it. We were nothing but fish food. Sure it wasn't a Sea King attack? No way. It was shaped like a human. So, people are being taken out by giant creatures. Don't tell me you were in the infamous waters of the Florian Triangle. Fat chance. We don't fish near that region. Everyone knows to avoid it. Anyway, that monstrous thing was definitely human-like. So, it's not the Florian Triangle mystery, theoretically, but it is fucking great of Oda to bring it back in chapter 1167 for him to be like, I know you're all keeping tabs on the Florian Triangle. I know you still all think it's some sort of giant emu monster or something that's going on out there. I saw you for years and years making theories about how it's secretly Zunesha, but it's actually... I'm gonna stop. Anyway, that monstrous thing was definitely human-like. Okay. Harold and the great Eric. Okay. During this period, a rumor began to circulate among the Grand Line countries. Fuck, he's gigantic, man. I know he's a giant, right? scale in the Elbaf arc is like so striking. Oda's done so well to get that sense of monstrous size. Among the Grand Line. Okay, during this period, rumor began to circulate among the Grand Line countries. They said a monster lurked deep in the foggy seas, targeting pirate crews. Okay, so we have the Bermuda Triangle embodied as a man in his own way. The foggy monster. The identity of that monster was none other than Harald. Few who sailed those waters had ever seen a giant with their own eyes. Man, being in the Grand Line, you're going to see some fucking cracked shit. But seeing a giant that's just destroying ships out of nowhere, yeah, it's probably pretty high up there on the don't go to the Grand Line because I saw this list. So to them, he was nothing less than the very embodiment of fear. Oh, bro. He rips the horns out of his skull to be the peaceful giant and then goes and becomes the dog of the state. This is so harsh. Harald now worked in the shadows to back up the Navy as part of his atonement for the last 1,000 years of history. He's saying sorry for the giant's behavior. He's taking the race on his shoulders. And I think he's being a bit like this is some very broad strokes being done here. Like we have seen not all giants think the same, but he is behaving in his surrender to the government as if all giants had one mentality for the last 1,000 years, and that, like, he knows to not be the case. He is one of the giants who doesn't believe in that violence. So he is very well aware that this is a total surrender to an unfair, unbalanced system. He's still doing it. He believes in what he's doing. Meanwhile, the pirates, who had gone their separate ways after God Valley, the new stories of these amazing future Yonko, continued to rise in prominence, and over the next decade or so, each of them would peak to become a defining face of their generation. Absolutely, and that's after the split of the Rocks Pirates. So these guys are all very much rivals now. Very, very, very much. Exactly. Most of these pirates simply clashed over territory. However, one crew broke through all the others and achieved a feat long believed impossible. They circumnavigated the entire world. All right, respect on my Gold Roger. Respect on the Roger Pirates. This is why I'm here for the late stage One Piece game. We were always going to see that these guys could do some things that some others couldn't. And circumnavigating the entire world, a world full of crazy shit. Crazy shit. It's them, man. These are the original he's hims. They were hailed as the crew of the king of the pirates, Gold Roger. Goldie Roger, but the public execution of the captured pirate king was meant to serve as a spectacle. Fucking hell, look at Buggy and Shanks. Little Buggy and Shanks, man. A display of the world government's power. However, the world was plunged into even greater turmoil as countless souls set out in pursuit of the vast treasure Roger left behind, the One Piece. Anyone need a refresher on what this is all about? Because Oda's doing it again. No one had anticipated the advent of the Great Pirate era. Navy headquarters found itself caught off guard. As you would. You would think at God Valley with the end of Rocks and the end of that particular pirate crew that you might have gotten a bit of a foothold in the Navy versus pirates battle, war, if you like. But they were off guard here because they did not anticipate how many pirates would be radicalized by Roger's speech. Navy headquarters found itself off guard. As a result, more than 10 giants were drafted into the Marines from all over the world in an effort to consolidate strength. So they got themselves some big boys. They got themselves some big giants. Muscle against the pirates. My question is, are these all Elbaf giants? Are they all... Okay, yeah, I think they must be. During this stretch of time, Harald waited on the Navy hand and foot. So yeah, I guess they are. Did you see how huge he was? He's an ancient giant. I want to make him my slave. And they probably could. Anyone, even Princess Shirahoshi, can be a slave. King Harald, King Schming. The celestial dragons determine how meaningful your royalty is going to be in the world. And that very year, he was finally, like I said, they decide, granted formal permission to visit the Holy Land. He got an invite to visit after all this. Visitation rights, not even assurances. A shallow sea contract? That is correct. Oh, hello, you son of a bitch. Walkery. Consider yourself the right hand of the God's Knights. Man, how many levels are there going to be? Eames got God's Knights, and the God's Knights have a right hand. Does the right hand have a left hand? Because this guy is, like, he's the king of Elbaf. Is he going to have an army? Does the god Steel have steel? There's levels in this, man. He's been recruited as a sort of sidearm to the God's Knights. That's crazy. But it makes sense. Is that what this mark then comes to mean? This tattoo. Hello. You. God's Steel. It is a great honor. There are 3 levels of contract. Oh, shit. We are getting the law. Fuck. We're finally getting to, like, I think this is how the Abyss or whatever works. There are 3 levels of contract. The shallow sea contract is a more minor pact. The deep sea and deep sea contracts are reserved for those who are to be bound, oh fuck, I just cut myself, to be bound fully to the true God. Far out. Okay, so the deep sea contract goes to the God's Knights. They have that relationship with Emu. We are getting how this fucking works now. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, what do you mean by God? So Harold's about to find out some fucking real shit. You will only come to know the greatest depths of this world on the day you become a full knight of God. So in other words, you're gonna have to just trust us, yo. We'll tell you when you're ready. How could Elbaf become a member nation then? Naturally, Harold, at that point, the entire world would be clamoring to welcome you. Far out, man. Oh, so they're sitting there. These bastards, the Gorosei. Okay, so who gets a deep sea contract? Because we know deep sea. And the shallow sea we're getting an idea of, which is pretty exciting. I did actually cut myself. I'm in quite a lot of pain. Okay. Wow. And of course, like if you're seeing deep sea, shallow sea, deep sea, it's very evocative of the devil and the devil fruits and the nature of the devil fruits and the sea. It's also very evocative of Davy Jones, who owned all those things that went to the deep sea. Oh man, this is fucking cool. All right. All right, Garling's looking a little older already. 5 years has aged him intensely. It's like the the Knight's Temple, Shangara, domain of the gods. Fuck yeah! All right, Shangara. This is gonna be like upper yard vibes. I can feel it already, man. This feels like upper yard vibes. There's gonna be a serious battle up in Shangara. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Captain of the Knights of God, Figurlin family, St. Garling. What is the Great One planning? Again, they all refer to their god, Imusan, as the Great One. You're gonna obey us even though you're king of Elbaf. That's so weird to me that a celestial dragon, like a guy with the nobility family or a knight of God, would even stop and think that that's an issue. Because he's got a ranking that he cares about. He's got authority that he's concerned with. Literally, a second ago, his leader, Garling, called Emu the fucking Great One. And a second later, he's like, oh, well, but you're a king. You're going to listen to the Great One? Yeah, I think he is, man. Of course. Just say the word. We'll keep a long-distance transponder snail on hand and call if we need you. You'll be free to travel the surface world, but you are forbidden to speak of our dealings. Okay. A secret deal struck up between the God's Knights and God's Steel Harald. This political alignment means that you can do what you need to do. You can travel the surface world. What does that mean? Is Elbaf not a part of the surface world? Is the surface world surely that is like, because it's this mention of surface world. You know, when the God's Knights transformed into Elbaf, there was some mention of, oh, it's been a while since I've been to the surface. I guess the domain of the gods, Shangara, is considered distinct from the rest of the outside world, and maybe that's why they bring up the surface world, because they genuinely believe that the palace and Shangara and all these parts at this top of the red line are beyond, above the world, like heaven, if you will. They're gods in the heavens, and they do not consider the rest of the One Piece world to be the same place that they reside in. They are above. They are beyond. They genuinely refer to all other parts of the world as the surface world. So unless this Knight's Temple Shangara is like what's her face in Bleach, like unless it's like a different realm entirely that they exist within. So it's a domain of the gods. I'm feeling very much like it's a real place, not so much a magical place, because I can see, hear all of these celestial dragons, which to me means that it's just part of Marijwa somewhere, that it's somewhere that the regular celestial dragons can walk around in. This is very cool. This is the stuff at the top of the world I'd been interested to see, and we're getting, again, some understanding now of how those contracts with Emu work. There are levels to what they allow, and I wonder if when you have if you have a shallow sea contract, can Emu snap her fingers and do you in? I don't know that they can, because the deep sea contract, maybe it's like the more of a connection that you establish, you know, who are to be bound fully to the true God. Yeah. So you are bound more intensely, more strongly, more connected with Emu based on the level of that contract. I wonder if the shallow sea contract is almost connection to the God's Knights in name. Like, where will Harald be bestowed power by having a low level contract, or does that only come once you get further up the pecking order? You know, as old mate uh, Nazjuro says here, you will only come to know the greatest depths of this world on the day you become a full knight of God. Okay. 20 years ago, Ryugu Kingdom, Fishman Island. Oh, wow. So the other island famous for trying desperately to join up with the rest of the world government or get to a reverie. I haven't laughed this hard in a long time, Neptune. Me too, pal. Jamon. Jamon. We both have our fair share of headaches, don't we? Yes, they're very similar headaches. To be honest, I don't think your son is that bad deep down. Let's not forget what your youth was like. I wonder then, what was your youth like, King Neptune? Because if Harold has disagreements, if the giants have different disagreements with humans on the base of race, the fishmen have really got that. Well, when you put it like that, and it's funny, someone's actually dwarfing King Neptune for a change. I like that. I'm just being brutally honest. Anyway, did I tell you? A fortune teller predicted I'd have a daughter in 4 years, Jamon. That's Madame Charlie's prediction. When the time is right, why don't we betroth Loki to my future daughter? Oh, that's wild. That's wild. Shirahoshi and Loki. Man. Oh, that's wild. That's an alliance, and that would, technically speaking, go a long way for the fishmen if Harold is getting further and further and further with the world government, because they're still trying to join the surface world. Wow. That would be genius move from the fishmen if they were like, yo, Giant's gonna get in. We want to get in too. Let's marry into this. It's also very accurate to how the monarchy functionally existed in our world. Anyway. Now you're going too far. Cut it out. Harold ain't having this. Hey, don't write her off so fast. She's not just gonna be any old mermaid. My daughter might well be born with a power no one else could hope to handle, Jamon. This king is giving out state secrets about Poseidon in the interest of getting a political marriage put together. He genuinely does believe in what I just said. You wouldn't tell the king of the war giants that you have a secret weapon that you haven't even got it yet. It's 4 years from now, and you're not even sure you've got it. But there's a theory you've got that they'll be born with a power that no one else can handle. Why are you giving people prep time? Well, now, that does sound like a perfect match. There's Queen Otohime. Is it Otohime? Or is that the name of the what's-her-face from Bleach? Anyway, no, it is Otohime, isn't it? Anyway. A perfect match. Let's have a toast. Here's to the futures of my mischievous troublemaker and your little Mosa. Don't call her that. She won't be Shaggy. I don't get that. Mosa. She won't be Shaggy. What, like he's Shaggy? Because he's all bearded and stuff? Nah. That same year, Owl Library, Elbaf. Back to the Owl Library. Back on Elbaf. Don't mention it. You're welcome to live freely here, Saul. Thanks a bunch. Wow. So we got different giants linking up now. Saul's like, I can live on Elbaf, I guess. That same year, I'm interested to know where this is in Saul's timeline. If we get other learned folks on Elbaf to help, would you be Okay, so he's asking. He's asking. All right, so this is the establishment of education as a proper vehicle for opportunity on Elbaf, right? Like Harold is trying really. He's one of those great leaders you hear about in history who changes the face of a nation with vision. He is genuinely like, I want education. I want to be part of the rest of the world. I want to stop the violence. Very interesting. Would you be willing to open a school here? A school, huh? That's a nice idea. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, bro. Fisher Tiger. Oh, okay. 15 years ago, a major incident occurred at the Holy Land of Marijois. My slaves are running away. The cells are broken. Hurry, do you want to be their pet forever? Huff, huff. So Fisher Tiger's doing his damn best. Okay, that looks like Garling. Oh, man. Okay, shit. Damn it. Is that a God's Knight? He's aware of the God's Knights. He's aware of them. Fuck, man. There seems to be a better understanding of the hierarchy of Ames warriors or system or army or whatever than at first was thought. Like, Fisher Tiger is the exact kind of person that you would assume the God's Knights wouldn't want to know about their existence. But he's very well across it. Okay, listen. The armory will be left unlocked for you. I'll tell you the location. Was that Shanks then? Because it looks like... What did he do? He broke his chains. He freed him. He gave him an additional... All right. It's not going to be Garling, because Garling's hair changed. So, what did I say, Garling? It's not going to be Shamrock, I don't think. I think that's going to be Shanks. So, was Shanks there when Fisher Tiger attacked? Was Shanks still... God, I'm so confused by that. Anyway. Yeah. Wow, gunpowder. Hurry, big sis. Sandra Sonia. Okay, so that's Boa Hancock, I think, isn't it? Yeah, okay. There's someone out there. Someone fighting to free us from this hell. Yes, this is one of the hero moments, right? Breaking into Marijois, Fisher Tiger, saving the slaves. MVP shit. Hurry, Koala. You have to run. This attack on the Holy Land was carried out by Fisher Tiger. Respect to Fisher Tiger, yo. In this house, we respect Fisher Tiger. We like Fisher Tiger in this house. Anyway, I mean that. By Fisher Tiger. In the wake of this incident, he would go on to become captain of the Sun Pirates. Damn straight he would. And while there were some that didn't take on being a Sun Pirate and do with that the best thing, Arlong in particular I'm talking about, we have Jinbei. We have Jinbei, guys. Don't worry. We got Jinbei. Alright. So they got off. They got out. That's when they were freed. Okay. Sounds like it was pretty rough. They say someone with the government must have left the armory open for them. Now it's up to us to find the culprit. I can't wait to execute them. These fucking monsters. So now they're trying to find the snitch, find the rat, find the mole, whatever you want to call it. Or as we who remember Egghead might call it, find the satellite. God, I'm an idiot. There's someone I want you to... Okay. There's someone I want to introduce to you, Harold. His name is Shanks. Excuse me? So did the baby that went with... No. What? Has Shanks come back to the Holy Land at some point after the Roger Pirates or some shit? How does this work? He's Shamrock's younger brother. Okay. They were separated a long time ago due to circumstances. He suffered many hardships in the surface world. If he were to form a deep sea contract, I believe he'd make a great asset, on par with Shamrock. He's a good man. He's great. Garling's like, yo, God Steel, check out my boy Shanks. He's a fighter. He'd be a pretty good one. For the time being, however, he's been given the rank of God Steel just like you. Fuck! Shanks, former God Steel, confirmed. A rank we only just got handed today, but still confirmed. I know I said the same thing when I first met Shamrock too, but I can't shake the feeling that I've met you before. That's wild. That's wild. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just some commoner from the surface. Whoa! Whoosh! Fucking rich boy Shanks wasn't very fun, was he? I don't like posh Shanks. I was blessed from birth with Figureland blood in my veins. Have no doubt, I'm going to become a knight of God before you. Yeah, he's a prick at this point. But he's wearing a bandage across his eye. So he's been fucked up by somebody prior to this. That's very interesting. Guess I mistook you for someone else. Come on, Shamrock. I wish to deepen my knowledge of the Holy Land, and I shall apprehend that traitor to claim the credit I deserve. Are there any leads? Oh, he keen. He keen to hunt them all. I can't wait till your wounds are fully healed, Shanks. You cannot fathom the anguish of having the last 24 years of your life wasted. No wonder the rest of the world seems so alien to me. That's interesting. Godsteel devotee, Saint Shanks. Oh, it's so hard words to hear. For the Shanks stands, them some hard words to hear. Woo! Godsteel devotee. Everything changes. I hated everything down there. Wow, he hated the surface world, did he? Did he truly? Did he really? Because you were with Roger during those years, man, and I've seen you smiling with Buggy. This is a play, bro. He lying. I ain't buying any of this. And Harold, them eyes are telling me he ain't either. I like this. I like this a lot. I feel like Shanks is playing something of a long game. I don't buy this at all. Okay. That same year, the fishing village on Elbaf. It's no good. My medical knowledge is too limited. Let's get Harald and see if he can help get us in touch with a more skilled doctor. Don't. He's got a lot on his plate now. What's the point of fostering a network with the world government if we don't use it? Hello, the world government has doctors and stuff. We would like to use their access to resources, please. I can recover on my own. Oh my god, it's Ida that's sick. Bruh, use the resources. This is the king's fucking missus. I can recover on my own. You keep saying that, but you're getting weaker by the day. You have to get better. Harold will be heartbroken if you don't, you know? Eesh. I don't think that's the top concern, bro, but if you think that's going to keep her going. Mardo, keep the tavern open. No way. How can I when you're this sick, Ida? Far out, man. Whenever Harold's home, he always goes straight to the elders and begs them to allow you two to legally marry. That's so romantic. That's so sweet. Every time he comes home, he's like, yo, let me marry her. I love her, I love her, I love her. It may not be my... Okay, hold up. That fool, he knows I'm happy with my tavern. I enjoy befriending sailors from all over the world. God, she's just taking it in her stride. She's clearly very unwell, and she's clearly not been dealt the best hand that being the wife of the king can actually deal you. But she loves him too much. It may not be much, but I feel like I'm helping Harold by doing that. Hey, foreign hag! Racism off the top rope from Loki. Loki, cook up this meat for the old hag, will ya? Wow. He's asking, for food to be prepared for. He brought something. The tavern's my main hangout spot. I want her to reopen it. He's being selfish, but this might be his way of showing some sort of connection to Ida. Good grief, that troublemaker has grown out of hand. I'm glad you've been able to keep him in line, even with, Hired and his friends away looking for a doctor. Your boys really love you. That's such a beautiful sentiment. Like, they show it in different ways. Harridan's out, being the elder brother, or whatever. I gotta go find a doctor. I gotta help out mom. I gotta leave the home. I gotta go out into the big outside world. But Loki's like, yo, mom, I brought you this thing I found. I thought you'd like this. So, well, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Everyone's blowing this out of proportion. I'll be fine. But it does make me smile. There's always motherfuckers dying in these really upsetting ways in these stories. I'll be okay. Elbaf, alcohol village, hometown of Loki's birth mother. The hometown of Loki's bitch-ass Estrid birth mother. So this is I believe, because I believe she was from an exalted, like a higher family, Loki's mother. She was from a higher ranking royal family of her own or something. What did you just say? We were talking about how utterly unbearable it'd be to let that foreign bitch worm let that foreign bitch worm her way into the royal family. You're with us, right, Loki? We're Estrid's relatives. She was Harald's true wife. We can't let anyone have a claim on our inheritance. That's why I slipped her a dose of poison. This stuff is fatal. Her days are numbered. The fucking gall. These monsters. So not only did Estrid screw with Loki as a child and hate her own son and hate his eyes and ruin him psychologically and his sense of how to find and feel love, he destroyed... this family destroys the only mother, as he says, I've ever known. This is brutal. Why has Loki got to be put through so much? He is going to dish it out. If he says he wants to destroy the world, I think I know now why. And I think I know, like, if Loki gets the idea of who's calling the shots from a combination of his father surrendering himself as a slave and Rocks telling it how it is, like, Loki might have a sense now of what's going on and how the world works and who needs to fucking pay for people taking it out on people like Ida. Oh man, who gives a shit about inheritance? That's crazy. I still remember my birth mother. She hated me. She had me thrown into the realm of the dead. Who gives a shit about inheritance? Your whole family is nothing but trash. This is it, man. This is the fucking shit. This is One Piece 101. Found family. Forged connections that you care about. You decide who matters, right? You look out for each other and those people find and pick each other. Don't answer. Ida won't actually die, right? She's... I bet you must be getting pretty lonely, right, Loki? Wouldn't it be better to stay with us? The only mother I've ever known. Pour out. His true feelings pour out. Yeah, he's racist to her, but that's part of the game. His game. The way his relationship with his mother works. He says, "Hey, hag." It's a love-hate, weird. It's how they function. Oh, man. They poisoned Ida. Man, such a kind-hearted character. What is Harald going to do? Because Loki, well, he's going to lose his fucking mind. And I'm here for it. May these bastards who took away the only one who ever showed you love proper, or the first person to do so, your real mom, right? Your real mom, your true mother, like, this is gonna be nuts. This is gonna be nuts. She was being poisoned by those that didn't want, like, it's just scornful. It's just hateful. Hate begets hate. I don't know how this is going to affect Loki other than a pure desire to break down whatever systems would determine the world had to be like this. The world he grew up in had to be like this. Oh, man. What a chapter. Honestly, these are the kinds of chapters I go wild for. You got cool stuff in terms of lore. We got some cool God's Night stuff. God's Steel. We got awesome... we got the craziness of Harald going around as a monster in the fog of the sea. We got a reference to our homies, the Florian Triangle. Yo, the Florian Triangle monsters. We got some cool shit here in this chapter. The Knights Temple, Shangara. We got a location. We got shallow sea, deep sea, deep sea contracts. We got the relationship between Neptune and Harald. The outsider races from the world government. And the notion that, like, Shirahoshi and Loki, bro. Whoo! That's a fucking alliance. Well, we got Saul opening the school. Seems like a small thing, but that's gonna have an impact. Like, I want to know, where did he come from? Anyway, he gets away from the military, I guess. Sorry, from the Marines. We got Fisher Tiger, one of my heroes. I love Fisher Tiger. Who saved Fisher Tiger? Who opened the armory? Who did that? Because that's Shanks' fucking haircut, y'all. That's Shanks. Right? I don't think that's Garling, because I don't see no long hair in the trail of this. You see, that's Shanks. Or, I don't know, someone with the powers of what's-her-face on Blackbeard's crew who can change her face, or Bon Clay. You know, like, it's either Shanks or... No, and I'm pretty sure it's Shanks. Look at the sword. Like, that's his sword. Or it's someone who has his appearance and sword. But I sincerely doubt that. The escape of the slaves and Boa Hancock under Fisher Tiger. Love it. But yeah, confirmed. Shanks went back to the world government at the age where he had already been with Roger. So he went to the world government after he had been with Roger. This is unreal. The implications for what Shanks is doing in all of this now are huge. It feels very long game to me. He's clearly helping. He's helping people that aren't in the world government. He worked with Roger personally. Roger would have known what happened at God Valley. Roger would have told Shanks where they got him. This is... Oh, man. I think I'm starting to get a sense of why they called Shanks the Child of Destiny. Oh, bro. And respect for Loki. Very good to see that he actually loves those that show love. Like he is he's a good boy at heart. You know, he wanted to do cool things for the mum that showed him love. Yo, check out this like bull I killed for you. While Hyruden's out trying to find a doctor. I'll be the one who makes you laugh. Wow. Crazy. Wow. I can't believe, but I didn't expect Loki to be so strongly in love with his mother figure, but that's fucking great. He's been such a good character so far. He's been such a good character. Like, you can really feel his motivations and what drives him. Okay. Whew. That's it for me. Thanks very much, guys. Anyone who came, watched live, joined. It has been fun. It has been fun. The saga as always continues. Please like, subscribe, send abuse. You know how it is. Thanks, guys.